Warning: if you're from India, you might want to skip this review. While Fighter has generated a lot of excitement, it could face potential criticisms if it portrays Pakistan or its military in a way that lacks realism or accuracy, especially regarding modern warfare capabilities. Here's a breakdown of where the movie could face critical failure, particularly with its depiction of Pakistan. Number 1. Simplified portrayal of Pakistan's military. Many Indian films that feature India-Pakistan conflict often simplify or exaggerate Pakistan's military capabilities, reducing them to an ineffective or outdated force. Fighter might follow this trend by depicting Pakistan's air force as weaker or technologically behind, which could seem unrealistic considering Pakistan's military is one of the strongest in the region. Technical critique. Pakistan's Air Force, PAF, is known for its modern fleet, including fighter jets like the JF-17 Thunder, developed with China, and F-16s, which are capable of high-performance air combat. If the movie underestimates this, it could feel like a biased depiction rather than a credible military confrontation. Number 2. Lack of realistic combat scenarios. If Fighter dramatizes the air combat scenes by showing exaggerated victories of the Indian Air Force, IAF, over Pakistan without realistic context, it could draw criticism. Modern aerial warfare involves complex strategies, electronic warfare, and advanced missile systems. Simply showing Pakistan losing easily in aerial dogfights would feel far from reality. Technical critique. Pakistan's military uses sophisticated air defense systems, radar technology, and advanced avionics. In real-world scenarios, air combat involves electronic countermeasures, ECM, and precision-guided weapons, which means that any depiction of one-sided victories might ignore the nuanced nature of modern warfare. Number 3. Over-Patriotic Messaging. Like many Bollywood war films, Fighter might indulge in excessive patriotic rhetoric, which could come across as forced and unrealistic. Over-glorifying one side while dismissing the other in a black-and-white fashion oversimplifies the complexities of geopolitical conflicts between India and Pakistan. Technical critique. If Fighter uses patriotic dialogues and scenes to demonize Pakistan without exploring the depth of the conflict or showing both sides of the story, it risks alienating viewers who are looking for a more nuanced portrayal of the situation. Geopolitical conflicts are rarely as simple as good versus bad, and the movie could lose credibility by not acknowledging the diplomatic and strategic subtleties involved. Number 4. Unrealistic depiction of air warfare. Movies often sacrifice realism for the sake of cinematic appeal. In Fighter, the aerial combat might be sensationalized with impossible maneuvers, over-the-top stunts, or technology that doesn't exist. This could make the action sequences look cool but also impractical and not reflective of actual military capabilities. Technical critique. Modern fighter jets engage in combat at high speeds, and precision comes from advanced avionics and weapon systems rather than flashy aerial maneuvers. The movie might portray Pakistan's Air Force as using outdated tactics, while in reality, both the PAF and IAF employ advanced strategies, drone warfare, and long-range missile technology. Number 5. One-sided conflict representation. If Fighter presents the India-Pakistan conflict as a straightforward battle of good versus evil, without acknowledging the political complexities, it could feel one-dimensional. Such a portrayal risks reinforcing stereotypes and missing out on the opportunity to tell a more balanced, mature story. Technical critique. In real-life geopolitical conflicts, air combat is often a last resort, with diplomacy, intelligence, and strategic deterrence playing crucial roles. By ignoring these factors, the movie risks oversimplifying the conflict and reducing it to an unrealistic dogfight, failing to showcase the broader implications of such military actions. Number 6. Failure to address global context. A conflict between India and Pakistan has larger global implications, especially with both nations being nuclear powers. If the film neglects the global diplomatic pressures, potential international interventions, or the risk of escalation to a nuclear conflict, it could feel incomplete. Technical critique. Any realistic depiction of an Indo-Pak conflict should factor in the presence of international organizations like the UN, as well as the roles of nations like China, the US and Russia, who have strategic interests in South Asia. Ignoring these elements could make the film's conflict feel isolated and disconnected from global politics.